Hello, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the NFP live risk event and the futures live trading session with myself, Charles Cochran. Good morning, good afternoon. Morning, folks. So, what have we had? We just had NFP print, and yes, there's plenty of reasons for markets to be reassured about this. If you remember earlier in the week, we had the ADP jobs on Wednesday. Let's just quickly zoom back to Wednesday, and we saw that the ADP jobs. Oh, hello. Where are you, ADP jobs? Sorry, folks. Here we go. So ADP jobs, look, came in below markets minimum expectations. Here it is, 62,000. Then we had JOLTS jobs at the start of the week, below markets minimum expectations. So today, markets are going to be just reassured that the NFP hasn't surprised to the downside. In fact, it's towards the higher end of things. Unemployment, excellent. 4.2%. The Fed were expected to be 4.3% this year. So 4.2%, great. It's in the right frame. Average earnings towards the lower end. Now that's good because it means that the Fed aren't in a hurry to cut interest rates. Because it just gives them more flexibility, more time, but yet everything's still coming down. So they can cut interest rates if they need to, the lower those earnings are. The philosophy is if people are being paid more, they pay higher prices, which leads to higher wages, which leads to higher prices. It's called the wage price spiral. They just keep going up and up, and it's inflationary. So seeing it go down the other way, it's good. Now, the reaction in markets has been a strong buy in the S&P 500, right? You can just see that here on the time frame. Look at this, lovely, strong buying. We took a buy out of that. So you can see here, just took a very simple trade here, right? Buyers, right, trapping the sellers. So entering, as soon as those sellers were trapped, entering long, that was the turning point. Price up and took a couple of positions off. So that's $656 for that account. I'm not going to trade that account anymore today because of the consistency rule, and just leave that for today. And look at the others which I'm trading a micro account with, which I'm sort of rehabilitating them back. So we're looking at them and keeping that target in mind. The TPO is worth looking at today. And you can see we've got some single prints here. So this area becomes really interesting and looks like a decent support area. And you can see here where we've got those kind of, if you look here, you can see, look, we've got trapped sellers here up at those levels. So the 5683, right, becomes a nice buy zone. So straight away, we can see 5683 is a nice buy zone. Single print supporting it, right? So a pullback there wouldn't be unreasonable to look for that to provide support and to find a little bit of downside. Looking at what I'm looking at today is if price claimed above that 5653, I was expecting move up to 5660, and it's just gone up. So we've really smashed through what I was looking at, and that's because of the NFP risk, right? So the broad outlook from the TPO is buying opportunity. You can see that price is now opening up above yesterday's value area. So that means that we've got a bias for upside again today. And if you look at this on the daily chart, you can see we're now trying to push above this 200 exponential moving average. So this is pretty stiff resistance. And you can see that you've got this bearish engulfing bar, you've got a supply level we're kind of coming into. But nevertheless, right, buyers are in place. So that's really what to be looking out for as we continue the rest of the session. Just look for buyers. In fact, let's just see, have we got more buyers, trapping any sellers there? Let's have a look. No, not quite. Look, buyers coming in, trying to trap sellers there. If they trap above that area, right, you could just see another little flush higher. Anything above there, maybe a little bit more upside. We'll just watch that. I mean, sentiment is positive. If you can get some buyers above there on the 1 minute, you might see another little flush. Just give that a second, just for the sake of completion. It doesn't look like it's oh, there we go. So if we go above that area there, I'm gonna go long on the micros. Right, I have got Opportunity to go long, just a quick long on that, just because you've got some sort of sellers trapped up there. And maybe we'll get another little flush high, a little tiny one. There we go, buyers coming in. Right, just taking a quick profit off that. Just because you see what happened here. You see that, folks? Buyers just trap those sellers there, you see? So buyers, see, trap sellers, and so that's why they come in. All right, they're taking advantage of that. Right, it's fresh, quick opportunity, why not? See, in line with the positivity, you can see that was just here. Just a quick scalp from there, just 3 points or so. All right, so we're continuing our little grind higher. Now, inventory, what is it? It is still negative, right? But it's building, and it's been building since the European session. So inventory is pushing positive. Look here, that 5683, that's where those sellers are trapped. Big buy zone here, right? Looking at that carefully. Single prints as well, down at this 5664. Sorry, down at this 5683, got this single print area. So looking for buyers, and you potentially got buyers trying to trap those sellers here on the 15 and keep taking it higher. So we remain looking for buying opportunities where we see it. We had a nice opportunity here, buyers coming in, stepping up, quick area to take profit, right? Why not? Okay, folks. The only thing to watch out today for is headlines on, trade negotiations between US and China. Markets are just pretty chilled about this, and they're going to be pretty happy with the jobs staying up, and the outlook for stocks has been pretty good with Microsoft, Meta. Amazon have reversed their initial losses on the earnings, so generally positive sentiment, which I'm reading out there. And Trump's demanding the Fed to cut rates, and apart from that, we're just going to go with the order flow. Right, break above these highs will be very significant. Market looks like it wants to move up to this R2 target, which is also that 100 exponential moving average. So wouldn't be unreasonable to expect some potential resistance up there. So just keep that in mind. All right, folks. I'm just going to check if there's anything else. This will be a key area at the open. So this is what I'm really looking at the open. And if that holds as well, which I think it's about to, that whole area just becomes a dip buying opportunity area here. That's what we're looking for here. Dip buying opportunity there. If we get a close above that, let's have a look. I think we're going to. Just want to see if these buyers, right, trap these sellers here. They have, right. So that means this becomes a strong buy area. Why? Because buyers have trapped those sellers, right? Delta is negative, but it's been rising. Right? See, it's tilting up. So we can look at that delta and say, well, hang on, it is tilting up. Now you've got sellers trapping those buyers up there. So that's like the first area, you might see a bit of selling, right? Do you see? Because those buyers got trapped and now sellers have taken it. So it's not a surprise, you've had a little move and a little bit of sell. But look, this trend is aggressive. So we're looking for any kind of sellers getting trapped in this zone now, which is basically that zone here. Hope that makes sense to everyone. All right, folks, come back in 15 minutes to the open and we'll take it from there. See you in a bit. Has anyone got any questions? Fire away now, or so I'm going to have a little break and save my voice to the open.
Making aware, just seeing some comments here from WSJ's Tim Arreos in wake of that jobs report. He now does note that report makes a June rate cut less likely because there will only be one more employment report before then. Just Tim Arreos' take after the latest US jobs report. On the energy footing of note for Shell, CEO says the Rotterdam biofuel project is still paused.
Hey folks, good morning, Brett. You joined us. Hey, Danielle. All right, then. So we got 3 minutes to the open. Yeah, okay. Just got Wall Street journalist.
Continue to see the reaction follow through from the US PES report. Continue to see the dollar here hit fresh session lows at 99.58 on my screen. As such, that is benefiting the G10 FX against the dollar. Euro dollar, that's at session highs at 113.56 on my screen, while dollar yen is also at lows, just testing that 144 round level to the downside.
Okay, so just to be aware, this is a big buy area. This is a single prints area as well. So it could offer a big support. Delta's suddenly come in negatively. There's a bit of selling up here. Let's just check where that is on the weekly. Yeah, hey Brett, good to see you,
On
mate.
the trade fitting and also a calendar update. Canada's PM Carney is to meet US President Trump at the White House on Tuesday.
Right, that value area weekly, big region. And remember as well, we've got that 100, 200 exponential moving average that we're just hitting. So kind of a big technical area we're in. Look on the hourly chart, you see the trap sellers here? So this becomes a huge buy area all the way here. But Delta, notice, is pushing negative now. So he's got to be flexible here. We don't want to get stuck. The near-term momentum is up, but that sort of initial push up in the Delta is now sort of fading a little bit. So let's just keep an eye on this. You can see on the 1 minute, you know, had a nice trade out the NFP, Brett, and we're sort of in the follow through now. Fed doesn't have to do anything now for the next meeting, according to Wall Street journalist Tim Arrayos. He is really watched, very important commentator. So, you know, he's sort of saying that makes a June cut less likely. Now, stocks rallying on that just because the US labour market is still strong. There isn't a sense of urgency. So that's what we're seeing the upside. But just notice we have had sellers coming in, got the opens coming up, and notice we've got that 100, 200 exponential moving average, right? So quite an important area. Here we go, coming in at the open. This is a buy area that we're in. So we're looking to see if we can get sellers trapped. Sellers trapped, then that could be a good opportunity for going long. Here we go, we're coming into the open 1 minute. Here we go. Let's just see how that reacts. Single prints have now gone.
And seeing some macro commentary from Apollo post-earnings, CEO does note foreign investors will reduce allocations to US markets if current trends continue.
So if we see any sellers getting trapped up here, then there's a potential long. Let's just see how it goes. Finding buyers off that standard deviation for the get-go. Otherwise, just seeing what we're seeing. Right, buyers coming in, point of control 5684. Right, opportunity will be if we see these sellers trapped on the 1 minute, that'd be opportunity to go long. That's what I'm looking for personally, okay? So if we have sellers trapped here, they're trying to trap them now. Let's see, do we get it? There we go, they're getting trapped. Right, so there'll be a pullback. I'll be looking forward to get long if I get a pullback here, that 5689. So looking for a pullback to that 5689 if we get that close. Hold on, wait. So pullback, if I get a pullback now to the 5689, here I'm looking to go long because I've got buyers trapping those sellers here, here, and here. Got a pullback, didn't get filled in on that. So now I'm going to take my entry up and see if I can get, just getting missed on it. You can see these buyers is clearing out these sellers. Let's have a look. So if we get above those, right, so I'm neutral now because we've had a move high. You could have had some profit taking, so just wait. And those buyers, right, rejecting those highs. So just wait now. The buy bias is still there. I was looking for a buy from the 5689. I was just not quite filled, right? Now, if buyers trap those sellers, I'll give it another go long, but let's see. Waiting. Yeah, okay. So I'm neutral again. See sellers coming in now, and sellers might try and trap these buyers. So let's just wait. Point of control's now moved. It's still a buy area, but you know, profit taking could have taken place there. So just wait. Hey Najam, good morning. Good to see you. We've been in the thick of things here, taking a nice trade out of NFP, but I'll show you it in a bit once we get out of it. Yeah, the flag man is it. Yeah. Lift up your banners. Oh yeah, and that dollar yen flag worked out yesterday as well. Right, Delta pushing up, trying to push up here. Now, you've got a retest now of those trap sellers, but I'm not taking that because you've got that point in control. It is potential to go long here because you've got buyers trapping those sellers. So that can be a reversal area, but I'm waiting. But this can be a reversal area because you've got buyers, trap sellers in a buy zone, and you can see the delta's building, right? So price moving down, but delta moving up. But I'm just waiting. That's not for me, that one. I want to see something clearer. Dollar yen flag worked lovely yesterday. Hit the extension of the target as well. Okay. Right now, the potential for a little bit of a move. We had a single print area around here that's now gone, which is now double print, but still expecting it to be a important area. Okay, so you've got buyers here, buyers there. Right, if they capitulate, buyers there, you could have a little quick flush lower. So just watch out for that. If you get sellers underneath there, otherwise, then it's these sellers getting trapped and then going back up. So let's see what we get. Right, if we push above these sellers, I'll be back with longs. I'm not entering mid candle though. I want to see a confirmation of it. And just note, you've got those buyers trapped up here. Underneath there, you could see some sudden sellers. Delta now pointing lower. So that would be a quick opportunity for a short. If I close underneath that area. Okay. Get a close under that area, quick opportunity for a short. Right, so taking a quick short, see if I can get a few points out of it. All right, just taking a quick profit. Got to be careful because these can turn around very quickly. But you've got sellers on volume trapping these buyers. Right, got to pull back to that area, a few more sellers. I've taken profit very quickly because this can turn around. So I'm just going to give a bit of patience here. Now, talking of the flag, man, is this a flag? Hey, let's have a little look at this. Is this a flag? Remember, this is a buy area in, so we've got to be very cautious here. Coming up to the 5 minute. So took some nice non-farm payroll trades.
US-China tension.
Oh, just gonna get that headline.
The terror deal going to Bloomberg.
Okay, I just want to get that headline on. Okay, really light, nice, simple NFP print. Jobs market was strong. Markets loved it. Headline NFP. You take a look at it. There's nothing there to worry the US. Look, US economy is still adding jobs above markets, above consensus, right? So a very strong print, great print. And we saw sellers trapped here. And you see, once those sellers were trapped here, 2 contracts, a couple of longs, plus 650, very nice. Right. Then for the rest of the session, it was rinse and repeating, finding similar opportunities where we could have trapped sellers to go long. The price broke above the previous value area high, started above the value area high, and we were looking to go long on that. And that's exactly what we did. And you can see even now here, buyers trapping these sellers. In fact, that's another opportunity for a potential long. I'll say a quick long on that, just see if I can get a few extra points just before we close the session. See if we can just take a little spike higher, just see these sellers here getting trapped, just see if we can just quickly flush them out, maybe get a quick run up to that level there. Let's see, give it a second. There we go. And just quickly take profit on that. Just want to quickly go with that spike there. You see that delta coming in. Common move. Got to be careful it doesn't just retrace on me, but just wanted to take a quick run just as I was doing the rundown. So nice, very short little trade. Just a couple of points. Well, just 1 point actually. But that was nice. And Najam's pointing out a flag in the 5 minute. Pullback, breakout on volume, buyers, trapping sellers. Nice. There's no reason why that can't continue to potentially go higher. So that looks nice. The only downside about this is how negative the delta is. So that's the only thing to be aware of, but we've got a breakout of the potential flag pattern on volume, the volume confirming price. So if you were in that, maybe you can move it to break even, see how far you get. I'm closing trading for the day, but just took a quick long off that, which makes sense. That could look like it run a little bit of time, particularly if we see these buyers, these sellers getting trapped up here, then it's a straight run up for 5716. Yeah, exactly. It's Friday. We want to end in the green. So let's keep as it is. Folks, hope you've all had a good day. Hope you managed to get some great trades. Well done, Brian. I saw some great trading from you today as well. Najam, another great day for you. And have a nice weekend. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, folks.